Lil Skies, a name that got introduced to us years ago, but not one even thought about today. At one point, he had the game in a chokehold, but over the years, he slowly disappeared. Lil Skies was born August 4th, 1998 in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Was really surrounded by music his whole life. His pops was a rapper and he started to influence Skies at an early age. And I'm talking about real early in his life. He was locked into music. Bro was recording music real young and dropped a whole album with his pops at one point. And it was just like, you could tell he was meant for the rap game or just music in general. But before everything took off, he had to get money however he could. He would just sell gas and be working anywhere just to pay for some studio time or a video shoot, just anything. But during the summers where he would lock in for real. Some summers he would go be with his pops. Remember I said his pops is a rapper himself and he had a home studio. So they'd be over there just making music, just grinding. And by 2016, Skies was done with high school. And it was like after he got done with high school, his life changed. Cause during the summer before he went to college, he was just locked in making music and growing his fan base. And by the time school started, in reality, he was big enough to not even go. But he still went. It ain't last long though, because just a few months after getting in there, he dropped out. And a few months after dropping out, he was performing at the university he dropped out of. October 2016, he opened for Fetty Wap at the school he just left. Then not too long after that, he dropped a song that would change your life. One we all know too well. But right around the time he was growing, someone else was growing right with him. Cole Bennett. This someone whose career started just like Lil Skies. Growing up, he knew exactly what he wanted to do. He knew he wanted to be a part of the hip hop game some way. So that's exactly what he did. He started a blog that went by the name Lyrical Lemonade. And at first, he was just writing about rap and the hip hop scene until that writing turned into something more. One day his mama gave him a camera and that one camera changed everything. He took that small platform he had at the time and started making music videos under that name, and that's where everything started to change for real. His vids grew bigger and bigger to the point where he dropped out of college too. And a lot of this growth was coming in around the same time Skies was blowing up. So it was only a matter of time before they worked together. January 2017 came along and he dropped his first tape of the year. Then a few months after this, bro dropped a 2-pack, a life-changing 2-pack if we actually looking at it. One of the 2 songs was really gonna put him on the map. Red Roses. When this song dropped, it started going crazy, and this where Cole Bennett and Skies really got together. A month or 2 after dropping the song, it got a Lyrical Lemonade video. And if you wasn't into music like that during that time, a Lyrical Lemonade co-signed a lot and could really make someone's career. And that's exactly what it did with Skies. The music video dropped to that song, and not too long after, he went on tour with Uzi, then signed to a label. Everything was looking so up for bro. He had hits, he had the support, he had everything an artist could ask for. But when the new year started, it kind of had a little rough start. New Year came, he had a tour going on for his Life of a Dark Rose album. But before he could hit all the shows, something happened. Bro ended up getting pneumonia and had to cancel the rest of the shows on the tour. And ain't no telling how that really made him feel mentally. Like, really think about it. You at the height of your career and you really just trying to get your foot down in the game. And while you on your first tour, you get sick as hell and can't even do nothing. Even though that wasn't his fault, what happened next was. So just think about the game at that time. Skies was one of the hot new artists, and with every hot new artist, always have a chance at being on the freshman list. And when XXL called Skies to get him on the list, he declined it.
You know why I did not show up to XXL? For one, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. XXL reached out to me months ago, bro, and chose me to be a 2018 XXL freshman. How the f you choose me to be a freshman before the fans even get the vote? That's just not fair, bro. Like, the world didn't get the vote to choose Lil Skies to be a freshman. Regardless, even on the vote poll, when the votes came, when you guys were allowed to vote, I still won. I still got on the list. But even before that, they chose me to be an XXL freshman. Come on now.
Then what he really losing me is, do he not understand how the XXL list work? The first 9 spots is hand-picked. The last spot is the one that the fans choose. So how you mad at XXL for hand-picking you on the list if that's what they do every single list? So he just caused the problem because he didn't do his research. I don't know, me personally, I think he tripping. If you're trying to get a name of the game and you decline a free opportunity to have eyes looking at you for a few months, you trolling to not take that. But that ain't what made this year bad. So literally after declining XXL, he dropped another hit, Lust, that ended up eventually going plat. And for the rest of the year, it was going crazy. But it was one thing that happened this year that would change how he looked at the world. X passing away. When X got killed, it caused Skies to be real paranoid. He was thinking about it like this: if X is as big as he was and had as much money as he had, and that happened to him, imagine what could happen to me, this upcoming artist who don't got no money, who don't got no security like that. So that put him in a bad mental space, and he started panicking a little bit. And in the exact same month that X passed away, Skies got into something.
So look, I'm gonna tell y'all the story. Since everybody's asking me about this is why I didn't even want to address this. I'm walking out of round 2 on Melrose in LA, right? Y'all know round 2 on Melrose. I'm walking across the street. It's me, Landon, and Nick. My camera guy, bro. I'm just out here by myself being normal. Like, I had on my pad. I had on this watch right here, bro. And niggas can have this. Niggas can have all this jewelry, bro. Y'all can have all this, bro. Y'all can have all. But anyways, listen. So I'm walking across the street or whatever. I start walking fast because I already know what was happening. I start driving down the street a little bit. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I start pulling up my pants. I already knew what time it was, bro. Try to film me. They about to try to put me, make Lil Skies the next one. Lil Skies got his chain snatched. Lil Skies got his watch snatched. Ran up on me with a gun in his hand, bro. Ran up on me with a gun in his hand. Yo, you Lil Skies? I'm like, yeah, what's good? Mind you, I'm not playing, bro. This is facts. God knows I'm not lying right now. Ran up on me with the strap. Yo, Dad, I'm gonna need that watch. I said, nah, bro, you really about to kill me over a watch. He said, he put the gun in my fucking gut. He pointed the shit in my gut. Nigga, I'm about to blow your guts out. You don't give me that watch. I slapped this. Boom. Slapped him in his face. No, and ran. Under this video, people are commenting, yo, I wish that Lil Skies was dead instead of X. I wish Lil Xan was dead instead of X. Bro, we don't wish X was dead, bro. Y'all are insane. What is wrong with people on the internet? Like, y'all don't realize we are real people, bro. I'm a real person, bro.
You gotta think about what kind of mental space that put him in. Like, he was already feeling some type of way. Then to get robbed, it probably made it all worse. And it was one of the first big hits to his mental health publicly. But after this, his career was just going up for the rest of 2018. Then in March of 2019, he dropped his second album, Shelby, that sold pretty good, 54,000 first week. And that album also had a hit for Skies on there, the song but it was one problem with this album. Yeah, the sales was good, but the music wasn't to his core fans. People said it was a decent album, but he needed to change. Musically, people was looking at Skies like he didn't even evolve. People felt like his music didn't grow. And slowly, it started to hurt his career. But after the album, everything was looking okay. The world was just waiting for him to drop again. But that never came. 2019 went by, he was just promoting his albums, doing shows, and in July of that year, he had a kid. And this is where he just disappeared from the game. He really went silent, which I can understand. Bro had a baby and needed to focus, but the silence ain't in 2019. It carried over to 2020. Really like that whole year. He dropped some singles here and there, but other than that, his name wasn't brought up at all until the end of that year. Them singles he dropped had his fans feeling some type of way. And he knew that. In the last few days of the year, Skies got on IG and made a post. Y'all gotta stop wishing I was the same person and make the same music when I was in the game. I'm a human being, I'm growing and changing too. I can't be that same person I was 3 years ago. My life on a whole other type of time now. This is my last time addressing this. Y'all get on here and attack an artist for not making the same song over and over again. We people too, and personally, I make what I feel. And not too much longer after this, he finally dropped another album after nearly 2 full years of no albums. He dropped, but this ain't go well at all. He dropped his album Unbothered to horrible reception. I feel like this album is an example of an artist not progressing whatsoever. Skies has the exact same sound, which has gotten very boring. Every part of the internet was clowning Skies, calling the album weak, calling the album boring and bad, and it all got worse when the first week sales came out. 15,000 copies. Really think about it. 2 years with no album. Then the album finally dropped and the fans ain't even think it was good. Then it sold 15K when the last tape sold over 50K. Now look, I know sales ain't everything, but the fans themselves was saying the album sounded bad. But past this flop of an album, it get worse. Bro was at Rolling Loud and started screaming at the whole crowd cause they wasn't going crazy for him.
All this to just come here and stand like this. Y'all look weird as turn the up. You are not too cool to jump. Turn the up.
He the one that took a 2-year break and let all this hype that down. So for the crowd not to be turned, that's on him. He can't be mad at nobody but himself. Sad to see him fall off, but he might be able to come back. But someone who hasn't been able to come back was Block Boy JB, who I talk about in this video right here.